Hey folks, well, I was at 580 Wickenden Street when I was looking for Olympic records. Now I'm looking for Round Again records, and they're at like 278. I'm looking for 278. Hopefully I'll find it here. And when I do, I'll let you know. We'll check it out, okay? Hope you enjoyed Olympic, and now on to Round Again records. As soon as I find it here, 278. I'm looking. Bye-bye. Okay, folks, I made it down to 278 Wickenden Street in Providence, but I had to drive a little bit around the corner to get a parking spot. That was the one thing. And down this end of Wickenden Street, up at Olympic Records at 580 Wickenden, it was easy to park. I pulled right up in front of the place. This one is a little tougher, a little closer to downtown Providence, so the parking was a premium, so I had to go around the corner here. But I found the place. I'm walking over to it now, and we'll see what we can find. As I said, we're in the Providence, where it's called kind of the east side of Providence. Basically, it's a part of Providence that's near College Hill, Brown University. A lot of students, a lot of faculty, kind of a lot of stores and vendors and shops. So pretty busy. Okay, be there in a minute. Bye. Well, there it is. Round Again Records, Wickenden Street, 278 Wickenden Street, Providence. Let's go check it out. Watch it be closed. My luck, huh? No, I think I see a light on. I'll show you the outside. Round Again Records. Let's go in. What do you say?
I've had that many times. Yeah, I see it a lot. There's another one where it's Mr. Bugley. I have two copies of it. The first copy. Oh, wow. Yeah, what happened is DJs picked up on that record because DJs picked up on that record because there was a group of DJs called the Thievery Corporation, and they sampled a song called Hard Latin, and it became like this big. It resurrected this. Hate it. Hate it. Take it easy, Steve. I've always gone to old Italian barbers. That's who men go to. Old Italian barbers. Run this barber forever. Girl up the street, she's a stylist. She comes in, she buys some records. She says, I'll trade your records for a haircut. I said, I'm not a styly guy. I'm not a styly guy.
Sometimes it's distorted, not clear. Sometimes it feels like just comes ringing through.
Hey, vinyl community, music community, Beatles community, tie-dye community. I had to throw that in there for Paul. I love Paul when he Fit to be Tie-Dyed does his videos and he says, hello, tie-dyed community. I love that. Can I be part of the tie-dyed community? I think Paul will allow me. So, hello everybody, I'm back. Just finished up at Round Again Records. Again, 2 cool record stores on one street in the east side of Providence, Rhode Island. You had Olympic Records, and at 580 Wickenden, let me get this right for all those of you that like to look up this stuff or go to websites or order from them online. Excuse me. You have 580 Wickenden Street, and you have, that's Olympic Records, and Round Again Records is at 278 Wickenden Street. So you got 2 great record stores within half a mile of one another. And I forgot to show you the bag. They both have their own cool little bags. Here's Olympic Records. Okay, Olympic Records with Kevin. Great guy, by the way, Kevin. I know I mentioned it, but Olympic Records was cool. And Round Again Records. Okay. They have their own little bag, too. I got a few things at Round Again. And what I like about going to places like this, folks, is you can find some buys. I mean, one man's trash is another man's treasure, or vice versa. One man's treasure is another man's trash. But, you know, I found some stuff like the average schmo probably wouldn't want or even look at, who's in these stores looking. But to me, it's like finding gold. And this is one of them I found today at Round Again Records. It's a 10-inch. It just came out within the last couple of years. Well, no, 2012. The Knack put out an album a couple of years back, 2012 or so. It was called Live in Los Angeles, Having a Rave Up, Live in Los Angeles, 1978. It was right before they broke big with their album Get the Knack and My Sharona. And, you know, any of you that are around in the summer of 79, you know the Knack took over the world, basically. First time in a long time that a power pop band was actually on the top dog in the world. It was the top music in the world, power pop, my favorite genre. Anyway, so they put out this album called Live in Los Angeles, Having a Rave Up, and I've never seen it on vinyl. I have the CD at home, but then I saw this today with the shrink wrap still on it. It's open. I'm going to show you the inside in a minute, but it's a 10-inch, almost like an EP 10-inch, of some of the songs from that album, Having a Rave Up, which you can see on the back. They show it. Hope you can see that. The glare and everything. Anyway, see that? And they put 4 songs on the back. Let Me Out, My Sharona, and on side 2 is Romeo Eyes and Art War. And they're from their personal archives, blah, 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 on Omnivore Records. But the cool thing about it when I got it was that it's on a orange swirl vinyl on Omnivore Records. I'll hold it back like this. You can probably see it better instead of putting it close to the glare. But take my word for it. It's Omnivore Records, Live in Los Angeles 78, Let Me Out and My Sharona on this side, and Romeo Eyes and Art War on the other side in a nice orange swirl vinyl. For me, folks, I love the Knack. I get the Knack, so to speak. I love it, and I'm happy to have it. So that was my first one today at Round Again Records. My next 2 are one of my guilty pleasures. I think I've talked about her recently in one of my recent, what was the video? I think it was the Mark P's 500 subscriber contest. He asked for your guilty pleasure, or one of your guilty pleasures, and again, like Mark says and I say, guilty pleasure is just a term we use. I don't feel guilty about it. I love this artist. She's always been one of my favorites when it comes to light rock or soft music and light music, whatever you want to call it. It's Olivia Newton-John. They had 2 of their albums, both in the shrink, 2 of her early albums. Olivia Newton-John's Have You Never Been Mellow from 1975, so before the Grease era when she broke big on Grease. So you got Have You Never Been Mellow, and I haven't taken all the prices off yet, but this is in beautiful shape. $4. $4. Okay, for this nice Olivia Newton-John album in the shrink. And the next one is Let Me Be There, an original in the shrink wrap. Still has a little price sticker on it from the old days. Hope you can see that okay. I'm doing my best, folks. Well, hello everybody. Sorry about that. Before I was so rudely interrupted by whatever you want to call it, lack of memory, or I ran out of power, or I ran out of space, whatever you want to call it. This stuff always happens to me all the time. But I wanted to finish up my visit to Around Again Records. Okay, so just to do a quick recap, since I was cut off right in the middle of finishing up my Round Again Records grabs. Started out with a twofer today. We went out to Wickenden Street in Providence, Rhode Island, which has two cool record stores within a quarter mile of one another on Wickenden Street in Providence, Rhode Island. We have the first one I went to was Olympic Records with the proprietor Kevin. Great guy, nice guy. Was more than happy to let me do some videotaping, and I showed you my stuff from Olympic Records. And if you want, you know, check them out online, or give them a call if you want to order something, like maybe that Leave My Kitten Alone single or something. I'm sure Kevin would be happy to do a mail order with you. And then my next stop after Olympic Records, with those three grabs I got there, was Round Again Records, which is a little further up on Wickenden Street in Providence, Rhode Island. And I started out to show you my Knack one with my my nice Orange Splatter 4-song EP, 10-inch EP. So I did show you that one. And then I started to show you my Guilty Pleasure, which I was starting to tell you is not really a guilty pleasure, because if you like something, you enjoy it, it makes you happy, then you should feel good about it. So my next grabs at Round Again Records were Olivia Newton-John's Have You Never Been Mellow from the mid-70s, which has, you know, Have You Never Been Mellow on it. It has Please Mr. Please. Just a great little album by Olivia, one of her mid-70s better albums. Have You Never Been Mellow? Okay, I'll just show you the back. Okay. My next one was Let Me Be There, Olivia Newton-John. One of her real early ones. It has Bob Dylan's, but George did a cover of If Not For You, me and Bobby McGee. It's just a great little album. Let me see if there's any like big hit on it. Well, probably If Not For You is the big one, and Let Me Be There was a big top 40 hit. So I grabbed another Olivia's. Steve still has the original price on it from the old days. Olivia, Let Me Be There. Great little album. My next one at Round Again Records was one by Annie Lennox and Dave Stewart before they became the Eurythmics. Had a band, power pop band called The Tourist. And this is their Reality Effect album. It's got a little hype sticker on it. It has So Good to Be Back Home Again, which is a great power pop hit. It also has a nice cover of I Only Want to Be With You. And here's the back. And you can see it's a promo. And I'll show you real quick. It's on the Epic promo label. All right. There you go. The Tourist. Reality Effect. Highly recommended album. I have an import of this when I was in the service overseas. I have a European pressing of it with a couple of different songs on it. Basically the same songs, but I noticed on this American promo version, the song's order is a little bit different with a couple of different songs. So I was happy to get that. My next one I got at Round Again Records is by a band, a power pop band from the early 80s called Sorrows. I have one of their albums, I think I've showed it to you before in one of my past videos, called Teenage Heartbreak. Well, this is their second major label release called Love to Hate. Oh, Love to Hate. Love Too Late. Sorrows. Okay. There's the band on the back. This has a great power pop hit on it called Christabel, which is very popular with people. Christabel. It's also, if you notice, you can barely see it, but it is a promo. Gold stamp promo, but when you look at the label really doesn't reflect that. It's not a plain white label. It's on Pavilion Records, which is an affiliate of CBS. And it's not really, it's not a white promo, but the cover is stamped as a promo. And my final one today, before I run out of time or space or anything on this video, is I got Elvis's Today album, one of his mid-70s albums, still in the shrink wrap and still with the hype sticker for Trouble, which was at the time featuring the hit single Trouble. Okay, Elvis's Today. There's the back, still in the shrink, beautiful condition. And it's on the tan RCA label, so I'm assuming I have an original here. Again, I'm not an expert on Elvis labels or when things came out. Some of the other folks here have helped me with second pressings or late 70s pressings that I've had. I believe this is an original pressing of Elvis's Today album, which came out in 1975. Okay? So that was it. That's all my grabs. Finally was able to finish it up for you. All my grabs at Round Again Records. So again, highly recommended to go to Wickenden Street in Providence, where you can see Olympic Records. And a little further up the road is Round Again Records. Okay? So give it a shot, If you're in the area, I highly recommend Wickenden Street in Providence. A nice little treasure trove of vinyl and CDs and music and all kinds of cool stuff. It's like a little slice of vinyl heaven there right in Providence, Rhode Island that I discovered. And I will definitely be back there again to check them out. So happy I grabbed what I grabbed. And thanks again to the proprietor of Round Again Records. I didn't catch his name. Very nice to let me film. And to Kevin at Olympic Records. 2 awesome, great stores. Highly recommended. I'll be back there again, folks, and I'll be taking you along with me for the ride. So hope you have a great day. God bless, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.